Hey everybody, Cynthia here. I am back with my next craft show idea video, and I'm currently getting ready for my craft show. I shouldn't say currently, I've been doing it for a while. The one craft show that I do is in October, and it's for 3 days. It's a 3-day event. It's a pretty big show, and you need a lot of inventory. Pardon me. Sorry, I'm a little sick right now. And so it's in October. I craft different holidays for it, and I'm going to be doing it all year round. So this is a Christmas item, and I know it's only June, but like I said, it's for my craft show, and I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I'm working on. So at Hobby Lobby a while ago, I got these snowflake ornaments, and you get 6 pieces for $4.99, but I had gotten them at 50% off. So I bought a bunch of these. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, but I just thought they were really cute. And then at the Dollar Tree, you can get, like I got these 5-piece bell sets for $1.25, which I thought was really good. And they're the laser cut. They were nice and thick, so I didn't think they were too like thin and shabby. I picked those up. I also picked up some sentiment woodwords from the Dollar Tree. And this says Believe, and you get 3 in a pack for $1.25. And you also get these, I got these Let It Snow ones for $1.25. So that's basically what I was using, and the rest of it is somewhat self-explanatory, and then I'll just go through and show you how I piece them together. But I ended up making these really cute ornaments for the Christmas tree. Sorry. I am currently have a really bad cold, but I really wanted to make a video and show you guys what I was working on. So this is one of them that I made, and then I made a gold one, and I think the gold is my favorite. Kind of partial to gold for Christmas, like red, gold, and green. I just love those colors together. So I did a gold one, and then I did another, since I only got 3 in the pack, I did another blue one. So I'm hoping I can find more of these. And I was also thinking of checking out Amazon to see if they have any of the laser cut wood sentiments and stuff. So if I do find any, and if I also find these in bulk, I will post a link below to those if I end up finding them. But what I basically did was I took the snowflakes and I painted them. I used white acrylic. Now, if you're going to make a lot of these, I would suggest spray paint. It would be so much quicker. But I painted all my snowflakes on the front and the back. And then I used this Craft Twinkles from Deco Art. It's crystal glitter paint. And I painted that. And then I sealed them with acrylic spray. So I did that to all of those. And then for the Let It Snow one, I used this pale blue from Craft Smart. And I just put it, like, I can't even tell you how much I measured, because this is what I used. But I put some in here, and then I used like a dot or 2 of this champagne metallic paint from Folk Art. I love this. I love it to lighten up my colors, and then it adds a little bit of shimmer to it. It's really pretty. So that's what I used for the blue. And then for the gold, I had this Emperor's Gold metallic from Deco Art, and I didn't really like it because I felt it was a little too brassy for me. I don't know if you can see the color there. So again, I took the champagne and I added a couple drops, and I just lightened it up to this color here. And then I also painted one of my wooden beads with the same color for the gold, and then I did that as well for the blue. And then I just beaded on some extra beads I had. And then for this, I just used some of this scrap. It's kind of like a mesh silver that I had in my stash, and I made a bow, and then I also made like a twine bow for right behind it. And I'll show you how, because we're going to put one of these together. But I just kind of wanted to explain the paint and how I did it. Now for the gold one, you could see that it has gold specks in the sentiment. I just went and put some of this glitter glue on my finger, and I just kind of rubbed it on there a little bit, and then I sealed it on because I didn't want too much glitter. But you know, everything that sparkles on a tree looks so much cuter to me. I don't know. And then the ribbon, it's really, really pretty. I bought this from Michael's. It's the Celebrate It 360, and it has the gold glitter in the center, and then the gold regular satin that lines the edges, and this stuff does not flake, and I love that, because I hate when you buy glitter ribbon and you're trying to work with it and you're getting glitter everywhere, like all over yourself. That's one thing I don't like about glitter, but it doesn't deter me from using it because I love it. And my husband says glitter is evil. Right, babe?
Absolutely.
But I don't think so. I love a good sparkle. But I would prefer it not to rub off. Okay, so that's how I did those, and we're going to put one together. And I'm thinking of charging like $4 or $5 a piece for them. Let me know what you think about that. Everybody, I live in South Florida, and prices are different depending on where you're having your craft show in South Florida. So I don't want to go too expensive, but I also don't want to, you know, go too cheap because they look really, really pretty. So like I said, I'm thinking about maybe between $4 and $5. So you let me know what you think down below. I'd really appreciate it. So, okay, so once this is done and you have your lettering done and it's all dried out, I took some of this jewelry cord, and the reason why I use this instead of regular twine is it doesn't fray, and it's so much easier to bead, and it just stays really nice, and you don't have to worry about any of those fray pieces coming off like you do with twine. So I just think it gives it a nicer finish. And I got this jewelry cording at Hobby Lobby. And what you want to do is you want to cut off a generous amount because you want to have enough. You don't want to end up beading and tying it on and then realizing your string's too short. So a little more would be better than not enough. And then I'm just going to feed it through. And I'm just going to gather the pieces up. I'm going to try to make them even at the top here. And then I'm going to tie a knot. And this just helps it when you bead your twine that it just is a little more stable. And then I have my beads here. Oh, and how I painted mine is I just stuck them on the tip of a paintbrush, and then I just went around and painted it, and I second coat it. And this one I actually glittered up. I don't know why, I just felt like it. But that's all I did. I just stick them on the ends of paintbrushes and then just roll them around and paint them. And then I just kind of set them here to dry. And that was it. So I have my blue bead and my other beads here. These wooden beads I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and they have them in bags, or they also have them in like these. These were from Bead Design Company, and they're $4.99, but you get like a huge amount in this box. And I waited for them to go on sale, so I got those at 40% off as well. But I have two brown ones and two kind of cream colored flat disc beads. So I'm going to bead it with the flat disc bead. and then a brown one. But you see how easy you can bead with this jewelry cord versus trying to do it with regular twine might become a bit of a challenge. And then I went with another, oh no, I did that wrong. I did brown first, sorry. Guess it doesn't really matter, but get the brown one on there first. And then a flat disc wooden bead. You could probably find your beads in bulk too online, but I like just find mine at Hobby Lobby. These are really nice wood beads. I've worked with them for a long time. They have a nice coating on them. And like I said, I just wait for them to go on sale. Okay, this piece frayed a little bit, so I'm just going to trim that off. Like I said, that's another good reason to use the jewelry cording. Okay, and then when I'm done, I tie another knot, and it just kind of keeps the beads in place. And then I'm going to look to see how big I want my hanger to be. I don't want it too big because this is actually a pretty big ornament. But I want to leave enough room to make sure they can get it over, you know, their tree branch. And I pull it really tight, and if you have a problem pulling things tight like I do, I just use a pair of pliers and pull. And then I cut it super close to the knot like that. Okay, so we already have our hanger beaded, and as you can see on this one, it's super strong. This sentiment is not coming off here, and I didn't use any kind of special glue. I used my art glitter glue, same thing I use in scrapbooking. So it dries clear. I figured I'd give it a shot to see if it worked, and it did. It really adheres well to wood, and I've used this several times on different ornaments and wood pieces that I've, you know, made before in the past. You could, some people use E6000. I cannot stand the way it smells. Even in a ventilated area, it's pretty strong to me. So if I don't have to use it, I don't. So I just think it stinks so bad. Okay, so I'm gluing up the whole thing because I'm not really sure what's going to pop through, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. And I'm just going to layer that on. And I think that looks pretty good. Make sure that's, and I'm just going to press down. Push down real good. And then I usually let something sit on it, on top of it for a little bit, just until it dries. But before you do that, you kind of want to turn it around, and you could see where you have glue now. I just took one of these hard bristle brushes and just brushed the glue in. It's going to dry clear and act like, you know, another sealant anyway. Kind of like a Mod Podge, you know, when you just brush Mod Podge on. But I didn't want these big lumps showing, so try to get excess off or brushed on. Okay, so it's going to look like that, and you could see on the back of this one how nice and clear it dried. Okay, and that's it for that. But I would let, you know, something heavy sit on it for a minute or two. But for video purposes, I'm just going to keep going. And I made on this one a little twine bow behind the sheer ribbon. I'm just going to show you quick how I do that. So I take my 3 fingers and I let a piece hang off a little bit, and you're going to wrap it once and then twice and trim. And then try and pull it off and just push it together. And it makes this cute little double bow. And then I find my center, and I'm just going to use some liquid glue and pinch it together and hold it until it dries. It dries fairly quick. I try not to use hot glue. You could use hot glue too if you have those silicone fingers. But lately I've really been burning myself. So I thought I'm going to try this glue and see if it works, and it does. I mean, you have to have patience and hold it there for a few minutes just to make sure it's gathered together. Oh. Now it's going to make a liar out of me, right? And I'm just going to trim the edges a little bit. So I really don't want that much hanging out. And then I just separate the loops a little. And voila, I have my little double bow. And then I already made a little bow with the sheer ribbon. This I am going to add a little bit of hot glue too. I used a little too much, so let me wipe some of that off. And then I'm going to glue it right to the double bow behind it. And just kind of pull this out before I add it to my ornament. I pulled the hot glue thing right off. Okay, let's try that again. There you go. I shouldn't have did that. Okay. And I managed not to burn myself. Yay! Okay, so that's my bow. I have some hot glue strings here. There we go. And I'm just going to add a dab of hot glue right here where the twine is, right across the top here. And I'm going to pop on my bow. And that's it, guys. That's how I created these super cute wood ornaments. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope you give this a try. If you do, let me know. Tag me at the Scrappy Bookworm 1 so I can come over and see your ornaments. And if I think I said it, but if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care and happy crafting.